Every great romance begins with passion. But here's the terrifying truth no one tells you. Sometimes passion doesn't lead to love. It leads to obsession. And obsession doesn't want your heart. It wants your freedom. The scariest part? Most people can't see the difference until it's too late. Welcome to Unseen Romance. Tonight we're exploring a haunting question. When does love stop being love and transform into obsession? Because true love gives wings, while obsession breaks them. The journey feels beautiful at first, but by the end, it can turn into a prison you never saw coming. Every romance begins with a spark. The butterflies in your stomach, the texts that make you smile, the sleepless nights filled with thoughts of one person. You feel alive, almost addicted to their presence. It feels pure, magical, even destined. But hidden inside this beauty lies a darker shadow. Love and obsession look identical in their early stages. Both bring intensity. Both make you crave more. Both make you feel incomplete without the other. The difference is subtle, almost invisible, but the intentions couldn't be further apart. Love is rooted in choice, in respect, in freedom. It says, I want you happy, even if it's not with me. Obsession, however, is rooted in fear, insecurity, and control. It whispers, if I can't have you, no one will. The terrifying part is this. When you're inside it, you can't always tell which one you're experiencing. The attention feels flattering, the constant presence feels comforting, the intensity feels like proof of passion. But passion isn't always love. Sometimes it's the first sign of possession. What begins as roses and promises can slowly turn into chains and demands. The same words that made you smile, I need you, I can't live without you, become suffocating. You start to feel the walls close in, but you can't pinpoint when the fairy tale started twisting into something darker. Psychologists warn that obsession rarely comes from genuine love. It comes from emptiness, an inner void the person is desperate to fill. When you become their focus, you're not being loved. You're being used as a mirror to hide their own insecurities. The brain plays its part too. Every text, every smile, every moment of affection releases dopamine, the same chemical tied to addiction. Just like a gambler addicted to the thrill of winning, the obsessed person becomes addicted to the presence of their partner. When you're around, they're euphoric. When you're not, they crash into despair. This isn't love, it's dependency, and dependency is dangerous. Because once someone links their happiness, their peace, even their survival to another human being, they stop seeing you as a person. They start seeing you as oxygen. And what do people do with oxygen? They cling to it. They'll do anything not to lose it. And like every addiction, it escalates. The good morning texts turn into dozens of messages a day. The innocent curiosity about where you are turns into surveillance. The need for closeness turns into jealousy, suspicion, and paranoia. Love celebrates individuality. Obsession destroys it. By the time you realize what's happening, the relationship no longer feels like a choice. It feels like a trap. And the scariest part? The obsessed person often believes with their whole heart that this is love. Here's the part that shocks most people. Obsession doesn't always begin with jealousy, anger, or control. Sometimes it begins with too much love. At first, it feels like a dream come true. The endless affection, the constant compliments, the I can't live without you texts that make you blush. Every second feels like proof of devotion. People envy you saying, wow, you're so lucky, they love you so much. But what if I told you? This is the most dangerous stage. Because when someone loves you in a healthy way, they give you space. They trust your independence. They allow you to breathe. But when someone becomes obsessed, they don't want you to breathe without them. Their entire world collapses if you take a single step away. It starts small, wanting to know where you are, checking in too often, needing constant reassurance, but slowly it grows into suffocation. Your phone becomes a leash. Your social life shrinks. Every moment apart feels like betrayal. And here's the chilling truth. When someone says, "I can't live without you," it doesn't mean romance. It means danger. Because if they believe their existence depends on you, they won't allow you to walk away. That isn't love. That's captivity disguised as passion. And most people don't recognize the trap until they're already caught inside. If obsession is so dangerous, why don't we see it sooner? Because society has spent decades teaching us that obsession is love. Think about it. Movies glorify the man who never stops chasing the woman even when she says no. Songs idolize the woman who can't let go of her ex. Novels romanticize jealousy as passion, persistence as proof of devotion. We're fed a lie that the person who can't live without you is your soul mate. But here's the truth. In reality, those very behaviors are red flags. The man who never gives up may not respect your boundaries. The woman who won't let go may be unable to accept your freedom. What looks like commitment on screen can look like control in real life. And it's not just media, it's culture. We hear phrases like, "True love never gives up," or, "If they're jealous, it means they care." These beliefs blur the lines, making obsession look romantic instead of toxic. The result? Millions of people stay in suffocating relationships, mistaking control for care, mistaking fear for love. But real love doesn't chain you down. Real love doesn't need proof every second. Real love isn't about how tightly someone can hold on. It's about how freely they can let go. The most powerful love stories are not about ownership. They're about freedom. Anything less is a lie dressed as romance. So how do you tell the difference? How do you break free from obsession's grip? The first truth is this: love empowers you. Obsession weakens you. If you feel drained, suffocated, or constantly guilty, you're not in love. You're in a cage. Healthy love respects boundaries. It allows both partners to grow individually, not just as a couple. It thrives on trust, not surveillance. It celebrates freedom, not control. Obsession, on the other hand, fears freedom. It demands constant attention, constant presence, constant proof. And when it doesn't get those things, it punishes, with silence, with anger, with manipulation. The moment love turns into ownership, the balance shifts. You're no longer two people choosing each other. You're one person being held hostage by another's fear. Breaking free means recognizing the signs early. It means understanding that too much love isn't always love at all. It's often the first sign of obsession. And no matter how much they insist, "I can't live without you," you must remember, their survival is not your responsibility. Real love makes you stronger. Real love allows you to walk away and still wish each other well. Real love doesn't cage. It sets free. And if it doesn't, it was never love to begin with. So ask yourself this. When you say, "I love you," do you mean love or fear? Because passion can be pure, but it can also be poisonous. The difference lies in freedom. This is unseen romance, where the most beautiful words hide the darkest truths.